I am continuing a series of poetry I wrote in high school.
Can I interrupt?
Sure.
Can you introduce
Oh,
yourself
sure,
and your
of course,
name,
of
and
course.
so we know?
Van Wallach. I live here in Reading. I've been doing open mics since probably 2018, usually stories, but this has allowed me to think about poetry. So I've done haikus, and now I'm digging back into my archive, and now I've kind of run out of readable archival material, so I need to start getting back to haikus or other things. So just for background, I kind of have a multimedia attitude toward public reading, so obviously this is related to what I'm reading. In June, I'll be at my 50th high school reunion in Mission, Texas. And so I decided, since people from my hometown, my high school, always looking at what I do on Facebook, I'm gonna wear my shirt, which I already have. So this is about thoughts. And what's interesting about reading something that's really old, it gives you a glimpse into your mindset from whatever age you wrote it at, as a teenager, in your 20s, in your 30s, whenever. And in rereading this, I can really kind of see that those high school issues cropping up, including everybody's having fun but me. So here we go. And the title of this is A Lonely 2. I'll spare you A Lonely Part 1, which was a little too long. It sounds like a title of a Yes album from the early 70s, so because I was really into Yes at the time. So anyway, here we go. Think of me, what I've done when you see remnants of high school days. Every hour a different play, a broken line across a trampled court, rubbed into the stained wood, painted on, misunderstood. Through poster halls, faded yet, pay my memory some respect. Put downs and turn downs circle round like soulless ghosts. A well-signed annual is the reluctant host of good I hated and the bad I loved, and searching after the wounded dove. In days of confusion and nights of ablution, the endless rounds of ill-fitting fusion of the good and the bad, I loved and hated so much that I remolded to fit until the gnawing would quit eating me up. An old friend once accused me, saying I'd sit there and talk and you would eat it all up. And maybe I would. I am sometimes trusting, but that trait started rusting. When promises were broken and good boys started token, I knew I was alone when I wrote poems without titles, yet I felt better and worse, looking at pictures, calling back happenings when I was free to be a fellow, but not me, that not one of the old high school friends ever did see. Perhaps it was better, for the sake of the MHS tragicomedy, for all to be outwardly static, feeding daily on the utterly frantic until the day the graduations were passed out. Now I look back and relax, laughing at the seriousness I expended on nothing, the worry over troubles that never did exist, except in my mind, where any devil could persist in efforts to throw me off, usually doing a good job. Almost anything could rob me of peace that the others seem to grasp with ease. Everybody but me is having fun. But now I know better. I did not need a letter to discover that all the fun lovers were haunted by the same soulless ghosts, flying from the same yearbook hosts, in a cold, comforting dream that all of us had seen, but none ever did perceive. Like the days of a calendar, it all fell down on the good and the bad. We all had to leave, most had to grieve, and exult and think back on old high school days. In so many ways, the beginning of the future haze we anticipated. Sitting on sofas and looking at legs and commenting on poems as my mouth goes dry and my hands clench silently begging as lips aimlessly talk, blurting, how is Mick Jagger feminine? He is vain. Saying that to a liber, when was the last time you heard that term used? While the eyes wander over cut-off jeans with the mind on whatever I could steal, but the feminist was right when she said our fantasies were better than the real thing and dreams more satisfying than what reality could ever bring. Remember me when you see smiling pictures of busy clubs, whiling away time and embellishments of 4 long years, weaned on coke shifted to beer, washing halls stripped of assembly posters, speaking of May days when we all were coasters waiting for June, just wishing on a bright deceptive moon. The walls sparkle in their perfect emptiness, reflecting those strange familiar faces, tied by memories to the old places that die in the past. Sometimes I see a face smiling, waiting, and trying to understand. The posters are down, all wadded up in brimming trash cans. The twisting lines are no longer broken as they flee away forever on the well-worn floor of memories. Thanks.